What if I told you that every single thought you think is an order placed to the universe, and it never forgets a single one? Think about that for a moment. So, not in a casual passing way, but really let it sink in. If the universe, or life, or fate, or whatever you believe in, was taking notes on your every thought, what have you been ordering?
Success?
Or struggle, abundance, or scarcity, abundance, or scarcity. You see, most people live as if their thoughts are harmless, as if they're just random sparks that come and go. But thoughts are not harmless. Thoughts are powerful instructions. They shape your perception, your mood, your energy, and eventually your reality. Whether you know it or not, you've been using the law of attraction your entire life. The problem is, most people use it against themselves. Every time you think I can't, you've placed an order for limitation. Every time you replay a past failure, you've told life to bring you more of the same. And yet, every time you dared to believe something good could happen, every time you saw yourself winning before it was real, the wheels of fate turned in your favor. Why? Because your mind is not just a place where thoughts live. It's a transmitter. A signal tower. A signal tower. Whatever you broadcast most often becomes the music you live to. And here's the part that most people miss. The universe isn't judging your signal. It's not saying this is a good thought. I'll send it. It's simply matching the frequency you send out. This is why Napoleon, one of history's most strategic, determined leaders, built his entire empire first in his mind before it ever became reality. He understood something most people ignore. If you want the world to bend in your favor, you must first bend your own thoughts in the direction you want to go. And here's the beautiful, dangerous truth. Your thoughts don't just affect you. They affect how people respond to you, how opportunities appear to you, how solutions reveal themselves to you. Ever notice how when you're focused on a problem, the problem grows? But when you shift your focus to the solution, the answer seems to suddenly appear. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. Imagine two people walking into a room. One is quietly thinking, nobody respects me, nobody values what I do. The other is silently radiating, I bring value, I am worth listening to. Without a single word, the energy between them and everyone they meet will be completely different. And over time, that difference will decide their fate. Now, here's the part that should excite you, because this is where you take back your power. From this moment forward, you can decide what you broadcast. You can train your mind like a muscle to think in ways that attract the very life you want. This isn't magic. It's focus. It's discipline. And yes, it's work. But it's the kind of work that turns ordinary people into legends. Napoleon didn't rise because of luck. He rose because his vision was so clear, so certain in his own mind, that reality had no choice but to catch up. He walked with a certainty most people never taste, and certainty is magnetic. People follow it, opportunities flow to it, success is drawn to it like iron to a magnet, and if you've ever wondered why some people seem to get all the breaks while others can't get all the breaks, while others can't catch one, this is it. It's not that life favors them, it's that their focus does. The law of attraction is not a trick, it's a law. Like gravity, it doesn't care if you believe in it. It simply operates every day, without fail. And when you understand it, when you choose to master it instead of letting it master you, you stop living life as a passenger, and you take the wheel. So I want you to hold on to this thought. If my life is built by my thoughts, then my future is mine to design. That's your reward for listening today. Not just the knowledge that success is possible, but the undeniable truth that it is already in your hands. But here's the catch. Knowledge without action is just wasted potential. This is why I'm going to challenge you right here and now before we even go deeper. For the rest of today, become painfully aware of what you're broadcasting. When a thought crosses your mind, ask yourself, is this thought building the life I want? Or is it building the life I fear? You'll be shocked by how many thoughts are quietly working against you. And that awareness, that wake-up call, is where transformation begins. Because in the end, the law of attraction doesn't just ask, what do you want? It asks, what are you willing to think about, feel, and focus on without letting doubt take it away? And when you answer that question with clarity, with certainty, with the conviction of someone who knows they're destined for more, you step into the same power that built empires, launched revolutions, and turned ordinary men and women into forces history never forgets. So if you stay with me until the end of this journey, here's my promise. You will not only understand the law of attraction, you will know how to live it.
You will
Walk away with the tools to turn your mind into a magnet for everything you desire, And when that happens, success will stop feeling like something you chase and start feeling like something that chases you. Your mind is the command center of your life, but most people let it run on autopilot. They wake up, repeat yesterday's thoughts, relive yesterday's worries, and then wonder why today feels exactly the same. If you want to attract success, you must first break free from that mental loop and take control of what you feed your mind. Every thought you allow in is a seed. Some seeds grow into strength, courage, and opportunity. Others grow into fear, hesitation, and regret. The soil is always fertile. What grows depends entirely on what you plant. The truth is, your brain is wired to notice what it believes is important. This is the reticular activating system, a small network of neurons that acts like a gatekeeper, filtering billions of bits of information into only what matches your dominant focus. If you constantly think about problems, your mind will filter reality to highlight more problems. But when you saturate your thoughts with goals, visions, and the feeling of already having achieved them, your brain begins spotting chances, resources, and people who can make them real. Napoleon understood this long before science explained it. His thoughts were not idle daydreams. They were commands, clear, detailed, and repeated with such conviction that they shaped his perception of reality. He saw victory in his mind before he ever saw it on the battlefield. That mental certainty made every action more decisive, every decision more aligned, and every opportunity easier to recognize. You have the same ability, but only if you stop waiting for proof and start living from belief. But belief is not just saying, I think this can happen. Belief is feeling the result so vividly that it becomes more real in your mind than your current circumstances. This is where most people fail. They think they need to see it before they believe it, but the universe works the other way around. You must believe it before you see it. And when you shift your identity, your habits follow. When your habits shift, your results change. And when your results change, success becomes inevitable. But here's the danger. Your mind will resist. It will cling to what's familiar, even if that familiarity is failure. That's why change feels uncomfortable at first. Your old self will try to pull you back with thoughts like, who do you think you are? Or this will never work. That's not the truth. It's just your brain trying to protect the old patterns. If you want to rise, you must override those patterns with intention. Start by choosing one thought you want to dominate your mind. Let it be the seed of the life you want. Repeat it, write it, feel it until it becomes a part of you. Then align your actions with that thought. If you want abundance, act as someone who expects abundance. If you want confidence, walk, speak, and carry yourself as if confidence is your natural state. The more your thoughts, feelings, and actions align, the stronger your attraction becomes. Opportunities are drawn to alignment. People are drawn to it. Even challenges begin to shift in your favor because your perspective changes. What used to intimidate you now becomes a stepping stone. What used to seem impossible now feels like a natural next step. This is the momentum that builds empires, careers, and legacies. Napoleon's legacy wasn't just about strategy. It was about certainty. He projected a belief so unshakable that it influenced everyone around him. That's the hidden power of the law of attraction. It doesn't just change what happens to you. It changes how the world responds to you. When you radiate belief, others feel it. They respect it. They want to be a part of it. This creates a chain reaction that multiplies your influence and your results. But to reach that point, you must stop broadcasting confusion. The universe responds to clarity. If you keep changing your goals, doubting your worth, or waiting for someone else to validate you, your signal will be scattered. A scattered signal cannot attract anything consistently. Decide what you want, commit to it, and send that message with unwavering consistency. That is how you turn the law of attraction into the law of your life, Duchess. Shape your reality. The only question is whether you will direct it or waste it. Every moment you spend thinking small is a moment you've delayed your own greatness. The clock is ticking. Every second is either building the life you want or strengthening the one you're trying to escape. Choose your thoughts as if your life depends on them, because it does. And when you do, success will no longer be a question of if. It will be a matter of a when. Success begins to chase you when you stop chasing it from a place of desperation and start moving toward it from a place of certainty. Desperation repels, certainty attracts. When you are desperate, you send a signal of lack, of not having enough, and the universe simply mirrors it back to you. But when you operate with certainty, your energy shifts. You no longer beg for opportunities, you command them. You no longer hope to be chosen, you choose yourself. That this certainty is not arrogance. It is the deep, unshakable knowing that you are worthy of the life you desire. It comes from aligning your inner world so powerfully that the outer world has no choice but to respond. That alignment begins with your self-image. How you see yourself in the privacy of your mind is the blueprint for everything you experience. If you see yourself as someone capable, deserving, and stoppable, you will act in ways that confirm it. And if you see yourself as limited, unworthy, or unlucky, you will unconsciously sabotage your own progress. Your self-image sets your limits, and the law of attraction operates within those limits. If you want to expand your results, you must expand your identity first. Picture yourself living your dream life, not as a fantasy, but as a memory you are recalling from the future. See the details, the way you speak, the people around you, the places you go, the emotions you feel. The more real it becomes in your mind, the more your brain begins to accept it as truth. And when your brain accepts something as truth, it will begin to filter the world to find proof of it. Napoleon carried his victories in his mind long before they happened. That is the kind of energy you must cultivate. The kind that makes people trust your vision even before they see the results. But you cannot fake it. Pretending without belief is just acting, and acting without conviction will eventually crumble. True conviction is built by keeping promises to yourself. When you say you'll do something, do it. When you set a standard, uphold it. Every time you keep your word to yourself, your self-respect grows. Self-respect grows. And with self-respect comes the kind of confidence that does not need approval from anyone else. That is the foundation of magnetic energy. The law of attraction is not just about thinking, it's about thinking. It's about becoming. It's about transforming your state so deeply that your life has no choice but to shift with you. Thoughts create feelings, feelings drive actions, and actions create results. When all three are in harmony, success becomes inevitable. The moment you decide to live as the person who already has what you desire, your frequency changes. And that frequency calls to the right people, places, and opportunities. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for all the pieces to be in place. Success rarely arrives in a neat package. It comes to those who have already decided to receive it, even when the path is unclear. Trust that your belief and your movement forward will make the path appear. The more you act in alignment with your vision, the faster the universe moves to meet you. From this point on, guard your mind as if it were the most valuable possession you own, because it is. Every thought is a brushstroke painting the reality you will one day live. Paint with intention, paint with courage, paint with the bold colors of certainty, belief, and relentless focus. Do this and soon you won't have to run after success. You'll simply walk in the direction of your vision and find that success is already waiting for you there. The energy you carry is a silent announcement to the world. Before you speak a word, people can feel it. They sense your confidence or your doubt, your belief or your uncertainty. This is why some people walk into a room and instantly command respect, while others are overlooked. It's not their clothes, their height, or their status. It's the vibration they project. That vibration comes from the thoughts you nurture and the emotions you allow to grow. When your inner state is filled with fear, hesitation, and self-doubt, your energy becomes heavy. People may not be able to explain it, but they'll feel something that pushes them away. On the other hand, when your inner world is alive with purpose, belief, and gratitude, your energy becomes magnetic. People will want to be near you, opportunities will open, and even challenges will seem easier to navigate. This is the law of attraction at its most practical level. What you hold inside shapes what you experience outside. This is why gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you can use. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already abundant. It changes your frequency instantly. The moment you feel genuine gratitude, you step out of a state of lack and into a state of receiving. And here's the secret. When you are grateful for what you have, you naturally attract more to be grateful for. It's a loop. It's a loop that works for you instead of against you. Napoleon, despite his hunger for more, understood the power of appreciating his current position. Each victory was acknowledged, each resource valued, each loyal soldier recognized. This wasn't just good leadership. It was a way of reinforcing the belief that more was coming, the belief that more was coming. Appreciation anchors abundance in the present moment while keeping the door open for greater success. You can start this shift today. Begin by noticing the small victories, the moments when something goes right, the instances where life gives you a break, the opportunities that quietly appear. Show gratitude out loud. Write it down. Feel it deeply. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your mind to focus on the good so it multiplies. But gratitude alone is not enough. It must be paired with vision. Vision is the destination. Gratitude is the fuel. Without a vision, you drift. Without gratitude, you stall. Together they create unstoppable forward motion. Your vision pulls you toward the future you want, and your gratitude makes the journey lighter, faster, and more fulfilling. Your mind will try to distract you. It will whisper reasons to settle, to play small, to delay your dreams. But you must remember, every moment you give in to those whispers is a moment you delay the life you could be living. The law of attraction responds to consistency, not occasional effort. Every day you must choose the thoughts that align with your vision. Speak the words that support your goals, and take the actions that prove your commitment. When you live this way, something extraordinary happens. Life begins to meet you halfway. People you've never met will offer help. Offer help. Opportunities will seem to appear from nowhere. The right ideas will come at the right time. To outsiders, it will look like luck. But it was a little truth. It was alignment all along. The life you desire is not waiting somewhere far away. Somewhere far away. It is already here, shaped by the thoughts you think, the feelings you feel, and the actions you take. Every moment is a chance to broadcast the signal of your future self. Do it with intention. Do it with power. And soon, you'll see that success doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be allowed in. The moment you stop fighting for your limitations, the door to your true potential swings open. Most people spend their lives defending the very beliefs that keep them small. They argue for their excuses, protect their doubts, and cling to the identity that holds them back. But here's the truth. Nothing in your life will change until you decide you are no longer available for the old version of yourself. The law of attraction responds to the energy of decision. Not hesitation, not half commitment. Decision. The kind of decision that feels final, the kind that burns the bridge to your old life and leaves you with no way back. When you truly decide, your thoughts sharpen, your focus locks in, and your actions align without constant effort. The universe recognizes this energy. It moves resources, people, and circumstances to match your new reality. Napoleon didn't step into his role as a leader by testing the waters. He claimed it. His present strategy, his every move carried the weight of someone who had already chosen victory long before the battle began. That's what made him dangerous to his opponents. He didn't need to be convinced he could win. He could win. He could win. He had already won in his mind. That mental victory gave him a power few could match. You have the same ability to claim your own victories before they happen. Stop asking, what if it doesn't work? And start asking, what if it does and what if it does? Imagine the life you've been holding in your heart. The one you've been afraid to say out loud because it feels too big, too bold, too far away. That life is not a fantasy. It is a future that will unfold the moment you decide to make it real. A decision alone is not enough. It must be fed daily with aligned thoughts and actions. This is where most people falter. They make a decision once, but they fail to sustain it. Your mind is like a garden. Decide once and you plant the seed. Decide every day, and you water it until it grows strong enough to bear fruit. If you stop tending it, weeds will take over. Fear, doubt, and old patterns will choke the life out of your vision. Consistency is the bridge between decision and manifestation. When your actions match your intentions day after day, your momentum becomes unstoppable. The law of attraction thrives on that momentum. Every consistent step you take is another signal that you are serious, another reason for life to meet you halfway. And here's the beauty. You don't need to have all the answers before you begin. You need to know every step. So, you just need to know the direction and start moving. The path will reveal itself as you walk it. Opportunities will appear that you could not have planned for. The right people will cross your path. Synchronicities will guide you forward. What seems impossible now will become inevitable. But none of that will happen until you stop standing at the edge of your potential, waiting for permission to leap. You are the permission. You are the deciding factor. The universe is not testing you. It is waiting for you to send a signal strong enough to rearrange reality. That signal is decision backed by relentless follow-through. Choose today to stop arguing for the life you don't want. Choose to step fully into the one you've been imagining. Speak it, feel it, act on it as if it were already yours. Let that decision become the foundation you stand on every day. And when you do, you will find that the life you've been chasing has been chasing you all along, just waiting for you to finally say, yes, I am ready. So every vision begins as a whisper. At first, it's faint, easy to ignore, easy to dismiss as unrealistic or foolish. But the whisper never truly goes away. It stays in the background, waiting for the moment you're brave enough to listen. That whisper is your higher self calling you forward. It is the clearest signal you will ever receive from the universe, yet most people drown it out with noise, fear, and the opinions of others. The tragedy is not that people fail. It's that they never even try because they've convinced themselves their vision is impossible. Their vision is impossible. But the impossible is only impossible until someone decides otherwise. History is filled with people who turn the absurd into reality simply because they refuse to silence that inner voice. Napoleon heard it. Every great innovator, leader, and creator heard it, heard it, heard it. And if you're honest, you've heard it too. The question is, will you act on it? The law of attraction responds to clarity, and clarity comes from honoring that inner calling. When you ignore it, your life feels scattered, directionless. When you embrace it, every cell in your body aligns toward the same purpose. You begin to wake up with a sense of urgency, not because you're running from something, but because you're running towards something that matters. Your vision is not random. It is not an accident. It is not an accident. It is a preview of the life you are capable of living if you dare to align with it. The details may seem far away, but the feeling it gives you is here now, ready to be tapped into. That feeling is your most powerful tool. When you step into it daily, before the evidence, before the proof, you begin to live in the energy of your future self. And when you do, the universe takes notice. Napoleon didn't wait for ideal conditions to pursue his plans. He moved forward with what he had, where he was, and trusted that the rest would unfold. That's the mindset you must adopt. Act with confidence before you have the full picture. This doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means trusting that each step will reveal the next. The law of attraction loves motion. Stillness keeps you where you are, but motion, especially motion driven by belief, creates a ripple effect that draws your future towards you. Stop telling yourself you're not ready. Readiness is a myth. No one is ever fully ready for the leap that changes their life. The truth is, readiness comes after you jump, not before. The act of moving forward forces you to grow into the version of yourself who can handle what you've been asking for. And yes, there will be moments of doubt, moments where you'll wonder if you've made a mistake. But those moments are not signs to turn back. They are signs that you are breaking through the limits of your old self. You were not born to live on repeat, replaying the same year over and over. You were born to expand, to evolve, to stretch into a life that excites you. That expansion begins with a single choice. To trust the whisper more than the noise, to value your vision more than your fear, and to take the first step even when you can't see the whole path. Every great achievement in history began with someone who was willing to look at the unknown and say, I'll go anyway. That is the mindset that magnetizes success. Not waiting, not hesitating, not needing the world to agree with you, but deciding, moving, and trusting that the law of attraction will meet you in motion. Your vision is already real somewhere in the fabric of possibility. It is waiting for you to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with it. The moment you do, the impossible becomes inevitable. The only thing left is for you to step into it, fully, without apology, without delay, and without turning back. Every step you take in alignment with your vision sends a signal that echoes far beyond what you can see. It tells the universe, I am serious, I am committed, I am ready. And the universe responds in kind, not always instantly, not always in the way you expect, but always in perfect timing. The truth is, the law of attraction does not work on your schedule. You receive not when you want it, but when you are the person who can hold it. That is why patience is power. Impatience broadcasts slack. It says, I don't have it yet, and the universe mirrors that back to you. But patience, when paired with relentless action, broadcasts trust. 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 It says, I know it's mine. I'm simply moving toward it. That kind of calm certainty is magnetic. It draws opportunities in a way that force and urgency never can. Napoleon understood this balance. His victories were not born from rushing blindly, but from a calculated patience fueled by unwavering belief. He moved with purpose, not panic. And that is what made his actions precise and his results powerful. The same applies to you. When you rush in fear, you make desperate moves. You'll make desperate moves. When you move in faith, you make strategic ones, Todd. This is why the work is as much internal as it is external. You can take 1,000 actions, but if each one is dripping with doubt, the signal you send will always be weak. But take even a single action from a place of full alignment, where your thoughts, emotions, and energy all match your desire, and it can produce results far greater than all the forced effort in the world. You must learn to hold the vision steady even when nothing around you seems to be changing. Most people quit in the silence in the in-between when the evidence hasn't shown up yet. They let the absence of proof convince them their dream is impossible. But that's the test. Can you believe without seeing? Can you hold the energy of already having it even in the face of nothing? That is where the law of attraction separates the wishers from the creators. If you can master this, you become unstoppable. Because the moment the outer world finally catches up, it will feel almost anticlimactic. You'll realize you've been living in that reality internally for so long that its arrival is simply the natural next step. That's the beauty of true alignment. By the time it arrives, you are already the person who belongs there. But let me be clear, patience is not waiting idly. Patience is active. It is showing up every day, doing the work, holding the belief, and refusing to let your energy slip into doubt. It is trusting the timing without pausing your progress. This is where discipline meets faith. Discipline moves your feet. Faith steadies your heart. Together they create momentum that nothing can stop. So hold your vision. Guard your energy. Keep taking aligned action. And trust deeply that what you've asked for is already on its way. Not because you begged for it, not because you forced it, but because you became the person who attracts it without question. That is when success stops being something you chase and starts being something that can't help but find you.